Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 30 of the September Daily Draws. So as we start the weekend, let's see what message we get. And we're closing out the month already. September has gone by so quickly. And I'll be taking the first card from Ellen Dugan's Witch's Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, so today we will go there. And our card today is Temperance. So we're trying to restore some balance maybe today. Things have got a little bit out of balance perhaps in our lives through the week. We need to reset our balance maybe. Good time to do that the weekend. Also, love the rainbow there. The positivity, the positive of hope, the promise of hope, and she's got a foot on the ground and a foot in the water. So she's got one foot in the water in a emotional situation. She's grounded in the physicality of the situation, the practicality of the situation. She's pouring. Usually the pouring the cups, the vessels out. You've got the fire element, I think, there on her chest. You've got the rainbow in the air, the light in there. So she's got all the elements around her, and everything is in its proportion, its correct proportion. And there's no excess. There's nothing. Maybe we've been doing too much of one thing and things have gone out of the balance. Temperance is where you temper it, you moderate it. You maybe need to pull back on some areas. Maybe we've overdone a certain aspect. In the earthy aspect, maybe perhaps we've been a little bit too overindulgent in the things that we've consumed, drank too much, eaten too much, particularly of the wrong things, that's no judgment. I do that. I sometimes do things I shouldn't do on those fronts. But maybe we need to bring a little bit more moderation. That doesn't mean and the moderation means not necessarily cutting everything out. It means putting it back into the right line, not doing it overly in excess. You can have your little bit of a treat to a food or drink, but not too much of it. So that's what the temperance is about. That moderation, that bit more control on the proportions of different elements. Maybe she's putting her toe in the water. Maybe we've been too much in excess of our emotions, in the sense of we've been worrying our emotions too much. We've been too much, instead of just putting our toe in and taking the temperature and getting the feel of our emotions. Maybe we've been taking a deep dip in our emotions, but which now and again is good, because we if we want to do some healing work, but maybe we've been spending too much time there, and it's not been good for us, because spending too much time in our emotional and situation can be counterproductive. Maybe we've with the fire element, maybe we've been driven too much and been pushing ourselves too much. The motivation's been in excess, and we've not had that time to sit down and relax and be a bit, restore the peace within. We've been too driven, and we've not, and that's taken a toll on us physically and mentally. And with the air element, maybe we've been spending too much in our mind. We've been overthinking things, so that could be the situation. And what this card is saying to us is just take a moment and, first of all, relax, take a breath, and think about how we may need to restore a bit of balance. Not, we still need to think things through. We still need to be in touch with our emotions. We still need to eat and drink. We still need to have the odd treat and everything. And we still need to think about our goals and working towards our goals and everything like that. But everything in moderation, everything in its right proportion. And that's what maybe need to think about, how we need to get the balance back in our lives in order to be able to, after when we resume again, that we perhaps do it with a bit more of a balanced approach. And that might be what this card is telling us, that maybe we haven't had that. Maybe we got a bit carried away in one area or another, like I described, which is a natural thing sometimes for us to do, but we need to be made aware of that sometimes and catch ourselves and think, maybe I've overdone that bit. I need to pull that bit back and spend a little bit more time. Maybe we've not spent enough time on another area. We need to spend less time on this and a little bit more time on something else to balance it out a bit. So that is what I believe the Temperance card is saying to us today. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go, and today we will go there. Fire cider, or as once I misread it and said fire cinder. It's fire cider. Dwell in the medicine that exists to protect the spirit. And it's like the medicinal points of the cider, the fire cider, or whatever it is. I can't remember what it said in the book now. I did read it afterwards. But to me, it's the medicine. And that's what we need, a little bit of medicine to protect the spirit. And that's where the temperance aspects come in, because that will help protect ourselves, protect our spirits by keeping things in moderation. Too much excess will harm us, will be detrimental to us in the long term if we keep that going. So in order for that, we need a little bit of medicine perhaps to restore the balance in our lives. Okay, so spiritual medicine. So that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 1 of the October daily readings. So until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.